Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
Jacobson. Number 10, Judah Schachner. Number 11, Nicholas Coate.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome.
Roy.
We are live here for
Number
Game
17,
2
Luigi
here at Chariho High School as we're getting the starting lineups. It's a battle of two teams that we cover here on 321 Media. The visiting Westerly Bulldogs coming in to take on the Chariho Chargers. We're going to listen to Mr. Justin Cahoon as he finishes up the starting lineup before we get into the pregame show, as well as the national anthem.
In goal, Connor Prescott. Number 7, Ethan McCann. Number 10, Luca Pizarro. Number 13, Mitchell Creamer. Number 14, Clive Wynn. Number 15, Joe Kuna. Number 17, Tim McCormick. Number 19, Sean Dorgan. Number 21, Reed McCann. Number 24, Kobe Bennett. And number 33, Aaron Rice. Head coach for the Chargers is Brian Williams. His assistants are Brittany Faragali, Joel Gabrielson, and Jacob Aruda. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise if you are willing and able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Division II playoff matchup for you all here tonight. Number 6, Chariho, getting ready to take on the number 11 Bulldogs. My name is Dan LaBelle, and alongside me tonight, I have a special guest tonight. I get to talk get someone to talk soccer with. We have a really big soccer guy, a guy who knows a lot more about soccer than me. We have Coach Eric Korakowski from the North Smithfield men's soccer team. How are you doing here tonight?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I love everything that you guys do down here with the 321 media. It's nice for me being up in North Smithfield and Cumberland, away from home, but being able to stay up to date on all the local sports. Westerly football and soccer doing some great things this year, and then get to watch the basketball team in the wintertime. So I love everything that you guys do. I appreciate the opportunity to come and work with you tonight. Get to see an old friend in Brian Williams take on an old friend in Angelosi, and what has to be one of the greatest rivalries down in Southern Rhode Island. So
absolutely. Anytime these two teams meet in any sport, it always brings goosebumps. I know players might not want to admit it, but you always get a little bit more up for a game. Chargers Bulldogs.
Yeah, you always used to circle these games on the calendar. It didn't matter if it was preseason, a weekend tournament, or just a get together in the park. But it was you circled any time that you were playing Chariho or Stonington. Those are the two games you circled on your map. So it's going to be a great night tonight. Playoff soccer always usually starts out a little timid. First 5-10 minutes, teams probably really testing each other out. So we'll see.
Now, did you play both of these teams this year? I know you played at Chariho.
We did, yeah. We played Chariho down here really early on in the season. Then we hosted Westerly a couple weeks ago. On a night where my guys were happened to be firing on all cylinders. But Westerly put up a good fight. Just some of my strikers were just a little bit too much for them in the long run.
I remember the game I called here on 321 Media when you guys came to town, and man, some of those guys you had, they were unbelievable that night. They really were. So your season is done now. We missed the playoffs.
We just missed the playoffs up in Division I. We spent 2 years up there, first time in program history. But yeah, we went up. We won the state championship in 2023, and we made the decision to move up and go test the waters in the state's highest division. We took our bumps along the way, but we're happy to have been able to do it.
Absolutely. That's awesome, and it says a lot about you and the rest of the coaching staff over at North Smithfield for being able to get those boys to a spot where you're able to compete against the best. And now Bennett tried to get it to Vazzaro in the middle of the field for the Chargers. Starters for the Westerly Bulldogs. Asa Mayo will be in goal. Owen Faubert's out there along with Robert Dotson, who was able to score the lone goal the last time on the Bulldogs senior night these two teams matched up. Number 7, John Orlando. Number 8, Tyler Falcone. Liam Jacobson, number 9, will be out there for the Bulldogs, along with number 10, Judah Shackner. Nicholas Coate, number 11. Noah Roy is number 14. Luigi Marchione does a great job on the back line for the Bulldogs. You'll see him. He's the tallest one out there. And number 23, Adrian Gincarelli. Marchione kicks that ball up the field. It finds the foot of Ethan McCann, and Fauber will head it right back where it came from. For the Chargers, it's Clive Wynn getting the start here. Number 14 usually comes in off the bench for the Chargers. Number 17, Tim McCormick. Number 10, Luca Fazzaro. Number 24, midfielder Braden Bennett. Number 13, Mitch Kramer. Number 19 fighting for the ball right now, Sean Dorgan. Number 33, Aaron Rice. The McCann brothers, Ethan is number 7, Reed is number 21, and then number 15, Joe Kuna gets the start here tonight for the Chargers. Connor Prescott will be in goal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these teams attack. I think they both like to attack down the middle. I also think that's both teams' biggest strengths. I think Wesley's been able to surprise Chariho in the last 2 games with some early goals, and then really get to settle in and just play defense, which Wesley loves doing. And the thing for Chariho is I think they like doing the same. So I think we can see 1-0 game here tonight where one team's going to score early and then just kind of settle in. So we'll see who gets that early goal.
Well, and that's what it's been in these last 2 matchups with both of these teams. Westerly, like you said, has been able to get that early goal, and then they really packed it in on the back line to be able to keep the Chargers from scoring. But both of these teams do have firepower, though, on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, you look at them, either team can score for them. They're not just always looking for these tapping goals. They both have these scoring opportunities from. This might come one right here.
Oh, McCormick had an opportunity, hit Win, his teammate, instead. And that ball goes out of bounds off the foot of Orlando. It's going to be the Chargers throwing. And you were right on cue right there. Almost had a goal.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to be the other thing you see as time goes on is you got to take advantage of these opportunities, get shots on net, crash the net. Every opportunity is going to count in playoff soccer.
As now Rice works that one into the box and it will bounce right into Asa Mayo's hand. Now let's talk about the head coaches a little bit. Great head coaching matchup, right? Let's first start off with Coach Angelo Luzzi. You know, the Bulldog soccer program, from what I understand, was a little bit down, right? And slowly starting to work his way back up to where, you know, they're competing against some of the best teams in Division II, especially like the Chargers. Have 2 wins against the Chargers so far this year. And Coach Angelo Luzzi and the rest of his staff doing a great job.
I mean, talk about a high vibes guy. He brings a big time culture into the program early on in his coaching career here. So he's got to, you know, he's going to settle things out. You know, coaching high school soccer is a different animal. It's really about finding how to make the best out of all the players you got. You know, it's not club soccer where you get 12, 13 people that are all soccer studs.
Absolutely.
You know, you got 4 or 5 soccer players and you got a bunch of athletes on the field. So can you fill those spots around them? But it starts with culture. You know, it starts with culture. If you can build a culture and get guys to buy in, it's a slow turn, but it will start happening. I think very slowly you start seeing it. You know, the 2 games Westerly won this year versus Chariho are games they haven't won in the past couple of years. So very slowly turning things around. So, you know, Ange is at the helm. We got some great soccer minds like Josh Mason standing on his side, who's an unbelievable soccer player, defensive genius, I'd say. So not surprising to see that back line for the Bulldogs playing so strong with Josh as an assistant coach.
Well, I think for people just a casual viewer of sports and not actually in the coaching business, as you would say, I think people don't realize it takes time. It takes time to learn how to win as a team, right? Especially as a high school coach, you're getting players new every single year. You know, you might return a lot of your players, but then you might be missing 1 or 2 players that, you know, provided really key things for you guys to be able to do the season before. So it's just working out those things, and you know, once that culture is set in, like you said, as we almost had an opportunity right there from Luca Pizarro. But once that's set, then hopefully it just translates to the rest of the younger players and throughout in the rest of the years.
You nailed it on the head there. You got to build a culture so that every kid that comes into your program knows what to expect, and it's not longer a guessing game. You know, when I took over North Smithfield, it took about 4 years, I'd say. My first freshman class, I worked their way up to seniors. That was like the first time that we saw the real change in the program. Happened to make our first run to a state title game, lost, but it was from there we're like, okay, we got the culture that we want. And then everybody really coming into the program after that could just come right in and, hey, we know what's expected in Coach K's program. So
absolutely.
You know, Brian was able to do that in Westerly for a while. They had some really good seasons. Closest, I think, was the COVID year. I think they made it to the semifinals. Ran up against a really tough East Greenwich team, but he took everything he learned over there at Westerly and followed the Lesser Hearn plan and left Westerly and came over here to Chariho, where he gets to do it for my good friend Justin Gahoon, who's the athletic director over here and is definitely a sports first guy. So if you're going to be a coach and you want to have backing, you know, it's not a bad place to be over here.
Well, let me tell you, I can speak as a coach here at Chariho. He's one of the best out there, plain and simple. He just makes sure everyone has what they need all the time, and full support. You know as a coach that he's always going to have your back, and him and assistant athletic Christian Calise is always here at events. They were here last night for a 2.5-hour volleyball game that went into 5 sets. So they are really dedicated to this Chariho athletic community, and it shows. I think we have, you know, one of the strongest communities out there. You see it. Look at all the students along the side here tonight, all the parents and fans, and of course that's a byproduct of Westerly as well with such a big matchup right now. Shackner headed it, and we got a call going against
it's a
the Chargers.
Tough call.
A little push in the back, maybe?
Yeah, a little push in the back, but I thought Westerly maintained possession. Probably should have let a play on happen there. If I'm Westerly, I'm upset that I lost a promising attack there, but it is what it is. You know, I think a lot of questionable calls out there. You just got to play through it. Like I said, right? Very heated environment playoffs are going to get, so who can keep their head, stay in it. You know, Westerly brings in a 6-12-2 record. They stumbled a bit down the stretch, but obviously those 2 huge wins over Chariho kind of launched them into a playoff spot, setting up this 3rd match of the season, which you don't really see that often here in high school soccer anymore. It's rare that you even get the 2 matchups. Now you get a 3rd one, so it's going to be fun to watch. Chariho Sport and the 10-7-1 record, kind of the exact opposite of Westerly. They were really strong down the stretch. They won 5 of their last 7 games. Their only 2 losses actually coming to Westerly. So Westerly's playing its best soccer. I mean, Chariho's playing its best soccer at the right time, but Westerly seems to have their number. So something's got to break here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bennett's trying to work the ball up the field, Wins were trying to run after it. Faber, good job of holding them off, though.
You see, Chariho's got to get these runs in numbers. You know, you see this a lot where it's one Chariho guy going up the field and not a lot of guys tracking up with him. He's got nowhere to go with that ball.
So if you have someone streaking up the sideline, ideally you want more people running towards the middle, right?
Want layers. You want layers of people. So you don't want just one line of people. You want layers of players, all kind of like a kickoff team in football. Like everybody's got their lanes and their layers, and you got to stay in those. And that's how you create scoring opportunities.
So ideally, right, if that player gets the ball, able to get a step in the corner, provide a great opportunity for a cross, right?
Yeah, their first scoring opportunity, they did really well, really good job with it, but I think it was a little bit more slow developing, so it gave guys time. But
McCormick looked like it was a shot attempt to hit Win, and we're going to have an offside call.
Chariho's threatening here early. Chariho had 2 big wins in their schedule this year. Obviously, they beat Stonington in the Piper Cup.
Huge win for the Chargers. Yep, I was on the call for that game, and Stonington, a very impressive team, especially Alessio of the Bears. He was an exceptional player, great team, and they were able to just get that 1 goal that put them over the top.
Yeah, Stonington coached by Mario and one of my good friends, John Siciliano, who's one of the GOATs of assistant coaching. He goes everywhere there seems to be success. So he's either hitching his wagon to the right ones or it's a product of him. But they're doing some great things over there in Connecticut. Chariho seems to have their number, just like Wesley's had Chariho's number this year. Sometimes it's just a thing of matchups, right? You know, Stonington in that game that I watched, they really try to force the ball to Sal a lot, and Chariho is ready for it. So sometimes your weaknesses match up with another team's strengths, and it's just a bad matchup for you. So it gets tough. It gets very tough.
Absolutely. I think you see that across all sports. I see it in girls basketball all the time. You know, we go, we play, we beat one team, and then we can't figure out how to beat another team. It's like, I feel like you should be able to beat them, but it is. You're right. The matchup sometimes. And again, they're all high school athletes at the end of the day. So any given day, anything can happen.
Right? It's high school. It's high school sports. You don't know what your kid's having. You know, had a bad day, had a bad test, had break up with his boy or with his girlfriend or her boyfriend. It's just you never know what you're going to get. And another chance for Chariho. They're really starting to threaten here. Wesley's got to really secure up the middle of this field here. They're giving up a lot of pressure in that attacking third.
Yeah, Kramer almost had a good opportunity for a header there, just mishit it a little bit. And it seems like the Chargers just kind of dominating the possession right now.
Yeah, a lot of balls being played on this side of the 50 for the Chargers. But, just like in the early matchup against us, they dominated the first 10, 15 minutes of us, just didn't really come out with anything to show for it. And then we were able to get one early. And, even though Chariho got back in it, we were able to kind of put it away in the second half. But they could have easily been up 2-3-0 on us in that first 10, 15 minutes. They just struggled hitting the net.
We want to shout out Lathrop Insurance for sponsoring this game. Lathrop Insurance, serving their community since 1939. Whether you have personal, commercial insurance needs, Lathrop Insurance always answers the call. So make sure to give them a call at 401-596-2525 today. I want to thank Dan from Lathrop Insurance for being a great sponsor here on 321 Media. That ball is kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a Mayo goal kick for the Bulldogs.
So if you like doing, I know you said you're a basketball guy, but if you like announcing the soccer games, it's fun when it's competitive soccer.
Yes, absolutely. As a high school student, I came to some of the games, both boys and girls, growing up, just, to hang out with my friends and stuff, and had some friends on the teams that I supported. But through doing this, I definitely have learned a lot about soccer, but also have grown a great appreciation for the sport as well. I mean, just the way these young men and women go out here and the type of athlete that you need to be in order to play this game as well. The footwork you need to have, the speed, just the IQ as well, just to be able to have the touch, to be able to put the certain passes that you have to do on the ball, and then the way that some of these players manipulate the ball as well, especially on their shots, curving it in. It's unbelievable, and it's a great sport.
Yeah, it is the best. It's out of all the sports, it's a chess match. Where it's not necessarily just because you have the best player or the two players that you're going to win a game. From a coaching standpoint, I think thing. It's one of the hardest sports to coach because there's no timeouts. You get to talk to the kids at halftime. There's a couple state championship games that I wish I just had one timeout and could have calmed the kids down. And you just don't get that. Yep. So you're on the clock the entire time. You get one chance to really talk to your kids and relax everything. And one mistake in soccer is all it takes, and we saw that in these last 2 games with Westerly and Chariho. All it takes is one. So you're playing 80 minutes of soccer, and the game can be decided in 10 seconds.
And I think that's a big difference between a lot of other sports, right? Especially, we talk about, I coach Chariho girls basketball team. Yeah. You get opportunities throughout the game, right?
Exactly.
There's a shot clock. You're going to get the ball back at certain points. You have opportunities to redeem yourself, be able to score. But in soccer, those goals can be hard to come by.
Yeah. It's a crazy thing coaching both basketball and soccer. Right? Basketball, the stress doesn't really set in until the fourth quarter. The first half you're like, okay, kind of test it out. And the third quarter comes like, hey, we got to make a move. But then that fourth quarter is 8 minutes of stressful,
especially in a close game.
Yeah, and in soccer you multiply that by 10 because it's 80 minutes of just nerve wracking. And there's nothing even more nerve wracking than having a lead late in the game where it's like 1-0 and you're looking at the scoreboard and you're like, I think that thing's going up.
Right.
It's been at 22 minutes for the last 40 minutes, it feels like sometimes. So it's definitely stressful. But both of these guys have coached in some big games before. So, Brian's got a little bit more experience with them. But I think Ange is such a high vibes guy that he's going to strive in them once he gets a few more under his belt.
Well, yeah, after their senior night victory, you can tell just how high the vibes are with him because, the team made their victory stroll over to the Westerly bleachers, and everybody turned around. Angelo Luzzi was like, hey, let's bring it in, guys. Like, he just had all that energy, and the guys embraced him. And that just shows you right there what type of coach you have when, the guys are that receptive to their head coach. As Wynn will come out of the game, Casey Poplaski will come into the game for the Chargers.
Yeah, how about Casey, man? Replacing one of the all-time greats in Chariho history, his brother Cody, but he's done it with his head up.
Yep.
And he's taking it with stride. There's no more pressure in this world than being the younger brother of an absolute stud. Comes from a great family. They teach him the things the right way, and he's just such a good kid. I had a chance to kind of talk with him after our game down here. So we're going to get a foul here about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, McCormick got tripped up there for the Chargers. And yeah, Poplaski, what I like about him, he's just so even-keeled.
Yeah.
Out there, he doesn't get too up, he doesn't get too down. He's an underrated passer, I feel like. He's kicked some really good balls to some of his teammates this year. And he's had some opportunities at some shots, but he's just done a great job for the Chargers. And Cody Poplaski doing a great job at Rhode Island College.
Unbelievable.
Scored 2 goals the other day, I think.
He did. He's playing some great soccer up there. I'm happy for him. Got the chance to coach him a little bit during the All-Star game last year. Got to see him playing some really high caliber soccer, so I'm happy for him doing some great things, and happy for his brother trying to find his way as well.
This will be
here. Looks like it's
Luca Fazzaro
going to come in on the back post.
Usually they like to look for Ethan McCann.
Yeah, I see one on the back side. On the back post.
Looked like more of a shot. Mayo was able to go and save it. McCormick kicked it, but it goes right into Mayo's hands.
Yeah.
Usually you see that ball wafted from Fazzaro.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. They were kind of set up for maybe with a slick field tonight, maybe a little bit of a misstep on the kick there, but it almost worked out for him. That's the other thing we're going to have to pay attention to tonight is the field conditions. You get to this time of the year, this field has seen a lot of football games, soccer games, just about everything. So how can the field hold up for these players?
Now Poplaski has it on the sideline. Dotson now tries to control it for the Bulldogs, and Falcone able to get it to, looked like that was Burkett right there, or Shackner, I should say. Now it's Kramer running after it. Been impressed with him so far this season too. I just think he's a very tough player, very undersized, but he gets after it, this Kramer.
A little pushing and shoving going on down there in the corner, but referee Chris, he'll let a lot go. He'll call a foul, but he'll let the games go on for a while before he's got to take control. He's going to let the kids decide this one. We've had him a lot over the years. He's a pretty good
push
referee.
There. Yep. It was against Shackner, the Bulldogs. You can see that one from up here. That's why they get paid the big bucks, right?
Yeah. You know,
that's it.
They make a lot more than us coaches do. I can tell you that much.
They do.
You know? Great ball into the box here, looking for a good clear. Chariho doing a good job of just keeping the ball on the side of the 50. Just nothing to show for it 19 minutes in.
As McCormick tried to work against Orlando taps it out of bounds, and the Chargers will get a corner. And again, Luca Pizarro will go take it, as he normally does for this Chargers team.
Yeah, you know, we'll have to talk with your athletic director, Justin Cahoon, here to see about getting these speakers moved. You know, watching some of these games, you get really blocked out down in this corner. It's not fair to you guys, but we'll have to put in a word with Justin to see if we can figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out something for sure. Pizarro's corner kick.
Yeah, a little pushing and shoving in the box again. Coach Brian Williams showing a little bit of frustration there. Corner kicks are a dive. It does, you know, you just never know what you're going to get. It's usually coaches getting frustrating for the kids not running it correctly. And then one time you'll score and be like, see, coach, we know what we're doing. But the majority of the time, it's probably a missed kick or a kid running to the wrong spot.
Better to be lucky than good.
That's it.
In that case, As you can see, Dorgan slipped right there. It's starting to get slick out there.
It's going to get slick. You know, the one thing, the saving grace, I'll say, sometimes when you get a field that's just beat up like this, you get it when it gets slick, it actually improves the play a little bit in terms of just making it a little quicker. But once it gets to that point where guys are slipping all over the place, then it's going to get ugly. If the ball moves quick on it, it's good. But when the guys start losing their footing,
that's when it starts to become unsafe, right?
The ball's really starting to skip in the box. The ball's really starting to skip in the box. Both keepers got to be really on their toes and make sure they get their bodies behind the ball when they're going for some of these saves. I'd hate to see this game decided on a skipped ball that, you know, just kind of finds its way into the back.
Absolutely. Rice stepped to it for the Chargers. McCormick gets it to Pizarro. Oh, Jancarelli came over and made a nice play.
Great play tracking back there.
Yeah, I've watched both of these goalkeepers. I've watched Prescott a lot this season for the Chargers just because I've been on a lot of their games. But I think both of these goalkeepers do a pretty good job of knowing, you know, when to go out, get those balls. I think they're pretty instinctive in net too. How do you like your goalie playing? Does it depend on the kid?
Yeah. I mean, it really does. We like to, you know, our message with our keepers is we want to take away shots before they become shots. So we've become masters of owning the 6-yard box, right? Taking away crosses, taking away passes like that. Sometimes the other team gets to score goals. You know, that's kind of their job as much as it is for ours to stop it. So we like to take away kind of all those mistake goals. We had a freshman keeper this year, and
deflected a little bit. Mayo was able to get it.
For the first time in a long time, we had some inexperience, but the kid, you know, Mason was unbelievable, played his heart out for us, and he's going to have a bright future ahead of him. But, you know, you see some of those mistakes with guys that haven't played at this level before, and then it becomes on your defense to really take away from that. Chariho seems determined to not even give up a shot tonight.
No, the ball is just staying on the side of the field. It really is right now. As McCormick tries to keep that ball in, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
I know you tuned into the first two games. I know you've watched them. This is not how the first two games have gone.
You know, I don't know. You know, Brian's a pretty smart guy, and I tried to reach out to him today to see what his game plan was, but he was keeping it close to his vest. But I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that, you know, these are two teams that love to attack down the middle, and I think that's the strength of both defenses. But it looks like Chariho's really attacking down the sidelines tonight, and it's creating chances. You know, you see every time really the ball goes in the middle, Westerly gobbles it up, but they're getting their really good chances when the ball goes wide, and they got to keep attacking wide. They just got to make sure they have the guys coming in on those runs. The crowd's getting into it here, which is always fun to see.
Always, and again, just a great crowd on hand. I'm sure as this eventually gets into the second half, we're going to be hearing more from the fans in the second half.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
You're going to get a lot of coaching, a lot of reffing, a lot of decision makers over there from both sides. So it's going to be interesting to see, but the kids just got to keep their heads. There's a ball skipping through. Keeper's a little bit out of his net.
Yeah.
You got to be careful on a night like that. That's a push in the back. They don't call it. But they're going to get lucky. The ball's going to come right back in. He's got to be careful on his back line there.
Yeah, he's been aggressive as far as going out and getting those balls sometimes. And I feel the same thing sometimes. He's going out there, and I'm like, oh, be careful, be careful.
You just really got to be careful, because on a night like tonight, you could be making a routine play, and you're jogging back to the net, and you could slip and fall and be out of position. So you just got to be really cautious with it.
That ball will go out of bounds. Tyler Falcone on the far sideline will throw it in for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs trying to get something going. Haven't had much of the ball. Reed McCann kicks that ball out of bounds. And I'm impressed with this Chargers team with just how young they are, too.
Yeah.
I know they have a lot of juniors, but only 2 seniors on their team. All these guys, for the most part, are going to be coming back.
That's a scary thing for the rest of Division II soccer. I can tell you that much right now. I would love to see Brian take these guys up a level. I think they could compete in Division I. But yeah, having that many young kids being as good as they were this year already, if you can get one of these guys to become a consistent scorer, right, which I think every high school team wants, right, that 1 goal scorer.
Yep.
If you can find that out here in this crowd, then they're going to be a dangerous combination. You get that many years with this much experience, then, that's where good things really start to happen.
Now Dotson, tripped. Now McCormick trying to work it up to Kramer. Marchione comes over, makes a nice play.
What a tackle.
And Marchione done a great job the first 2 games that I watched these 2 teams play. Obviously his height helps him out. He's able to go up, win those headers and stuff, but he's just so athletic. He's able to run out, and
he's a heck of a golfer too, from what I understand. My dad's the Westerly golf coach, and Luigi plays for him, so apparently he's a great golfer. And with that size, man, you're gonna have the world at your fingertips.
Well, and also when he was younger, around middle school age, I worked with him in basketball as well. Worked with him for a good 2.5 years, and he also plays on the Westerly boys basketball team. So that height, that athleticism, going to be very well on display for the Bulldogs in the winter on the court.
I love that. I love a 3-sport athlete. Give me a 3-sport athlete
all day,
any day of the week. They tend to be the most coachable kids. They understand teamwork. They understand hard work, and they just tend to be the most dedicated to their trade. They just really buy in. Those are the guys that you fill a team around.
Ball's up in the air, finds Bennett, slipped a little bit trying to take that shot, trying to get it back, and McCormick wins it for the Chargers. Gets it to Guido, who just checked into the game.
You see Wesley right now, really everybody's chasing the ball. A lot of guys kind of getting out of position, chasing the ball, but when you got a rock like that in the middle of the field, it's easy to trust them.
As this is Shackner now. McCann's all over him, and now it's worked out to the far sideline.
Yeah, I think
that's Roy. I think that's probably the Bulldogs fans getting excited to see some action from their team.
I think Chariho knows that Shackner does not go untouched down the middle of the field at any point in time. Being the leading goal scorer for the Bulldogs, they know they have to shut him and Jacobson down at all times. They cannot give them a window to create one of these 1-0 goals, goal-winning scores there. They have to shut these guys down, especially now a goal after you've dominated this much soccer is not good for the psyche.
100%. Kramer gets it over to the far side of the field to Kuna, and he gets it up to Poplaski. Oh, little misplayed right there, rolls by him. And Falcone will kick the ball out of bounds. Chargers will get the throw in.
Looks like both teams playing some type of combination of a 4-5-1, really letting the lone striker stay up top and attacking with their outside wings. Chariho doing a much better job of getting their outside wings involved in the attack. Wesley struggling to find the ball there, but
then again, when you can kick it out like that.
Another great clear. I mean, it's just rinse, wash, repeat for him back there.
That's it. Now it's Poplaski trying to cut to the middle. Offside. Yep. As this half's flying by, we already have only 13 minutes left to go.
Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of stoppage in play, no goals, no cards. I tell you what, Wesley right now is begging to get to halftime so they can make some adjustments because it's been all Chariho here. And that's credit to Brian Williams for having these guys prepared to play. He told me he was going to have them prepared to play, but actually having the kids come out and do it is a whole other thing. So it's working, but nothing to show for it yet. Wesley's just got to be careful here.
This is Kramer working against Marchione. The shot skips into Mayo, and he's able to secure it. Again, you can tell that ball's starting to get slick. Almost came right out of Mayo's hands right there.
If I'm a coach at halftime, I have one message for both of these teams. Hey, we get shots on net and we crash the net. You're going to see a rebound goal here, and that could be the difference maker in a tight game. So you crash the net. Don't stop just because one guy shot it. You saw there was even a routine play like that. Ball got bobbled a little bit, and nobody was there to kind of knock it home. So I think that's going to be the message for both teams at halftime. There's a lot of misplayed balls on the outside for Westerly right now, allowing Chariho to just keep the ball on this side of the field.
That's Fauber trying to get it out of there for Westerly. So they call it off of. Coach Angelo Luzzi, of course, wants to go his way. That ball's going to go the Chargers' way.
It might get his wish now. Looks like
now it's going to go the other way. We want to shout out Redstone Tire as well. Redstone Tire and Complete Auto Repair, located at 114 Ashaway Road in Westerly. Call 401-596-5283. Carl, Patty, and their team have been proudly keeping our community on the road for over 90 years. So shout out Redstone Tire for being a proud sponsor here on 321 Media.
We got another foul here coming on right offside. This is a very dangerous area on the field to give up a free kick on.
Especially with a player like Pizarro. Seen him strike it from here with no problem into the back of the net a few times this season.
You know, a lot of guys don't realize this in high school soccer, but you're supposed to automatically give the 10 yards. So if you get a keeper that goes right to his post before you ask for the 10 yards, take the shot. You usually get guys sleeping. He had the opportunity there, didn't take it.
Here it comes. It goes wide right of the goal.
Yeah, you got to look for those opportunities. Any way you can get a cheap goal or any kind of goal, you just kind of take advantage of it. So something to look at, because, you know, the Westerly keeper was on his post before they even started setting up the wall. And if I'm a Chariho player, I'm putting that ball down and I'm taking that kick.
See, those are little rules that, you know, I'm going to pick up from you here tonight, because I had no idea that was a thing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We scored our fair share of goals on that up in North Smithfield. I'd be honest with you, it's a terrible rule, but if you know how to take advantage of it, it works out well.
I would have never guessed that. I would have just assumed, hey, like, you got to wait for that wall to be there, you know, but depends on where the goalie is. That ball will be kicked out of bounds.
It's funny, I think Chariho got called for his first or second foul there, and immediately the crowd erupted like they hadn't been beneficiaries of some calls in the first half. I love sitting on this side, you know, not coaching. When I'm coaching, I don't get to hear a lot of it because I'm...
Yeah, you're tuned in, right?
Usually tuned in. I'm the one screaming, but sitting on this side is always great. The other thing about, you know, this rivalry and what it means to play soccer in this area is, like, you have guys coming out that have nothing to do with either team, just supporting local teams, local coaches. I look down now, we actually have the Stonington coaches down here right below us. John Siciliano and Mario are down there watching the game. And obviously Mario coached with Brian at Westerly and left to go over and join Stonington, which was turned out to be pretty beneficial for him. So, but yeah, just two guys coming out supporting local teams and just kind of trying to see some good soccer here today.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, right, these two teams are always going to be rivals, right? But I think there's a huge respect between the programs all the time, and you know, being able to go out there, play this great game of soccer, and, you know, battling it out.
Yeah, and then what happens is the players might not be as much rivals as the coaches are. You know, the coaches are, you know, because we all grew up together, nobody wants to lose to one another. You know, when I started coaching, my first game ever in North Smithfield was against Les Ahern while he was at Westerly, and we tied him. And then, you know, when he went to Chariho, that's, again, it was just a game I always had circled. And then when Brian took over at Westerly, he's like, I can't lose to Brian. So you start making some of these rivalries in your own head, and the players are like, Coach, why is this such a big deal? Like, especially for me up there in North Smithfield, like, why is Westerly a rival? I'm like, we just can't lose to him. You know, I finished my 11 years at North Smithfield 9-0-2 against Westerly, which is, you know, probably one of my more prouder stats. Wasn't as lucky against Chariho. We had a winning record, but they won the most important one.
McCormick has an opportunity.
Defense,
Orlando was there. The left-footed shot just wide of the goal.
Again, the attack came down from the corner, got the ball into the middle of the field, but that's another point blank miss. Chariho's going to wish they had back. And I'm telling you right now, Angelosi is hoping this clock went on fast forward because he needs to get to halftime. He needs to readjust that back line. I wouldn't be shocked if we see some changes on the left side, on his left side of defense coming out of the second half. They are really working that side right now.
So how do you change that as a coach? Is it just a matter of positioning with a few of the players out there on the back line?
It could be anything of, hey, we're going to shade this way. Sometimes you just have a bad matchup over there. I mean, we played games the year we won the state championship game. We had a really, really good outside back. And we played at Cranston West, and Cranston West just had some crazy speed. And my kid had been a rock star all year, and he just didn't have the speed to keep up with the guy that put him over there. So we took one of our better midfielders, moved him outside back to kind of neutralize it, and it made all the difference. So you got to have the teams, the players on the team. Bad kick there.
Finds Kramer. Now Dorgan. Looks like that ball. It's going to stay in bounds.
Stay in bounds, good play.
It was Martin fighting for it, and got a call going against the Bulldogs.
Chariho's just swarming to the ball. They look like they're playing with 15 guys on the field, and then somehow they're still all unmarked. And they're just working hard. That's kind of a staple of Chariho soccer. It's just hard-working guys they're just going to work hard for 80 minutes. They're not a finesse team. They're a beat you up and knock you out kind of team, and they just work hard for 80 minutes. So
that's Rice. He's going to kick it to Fazaro. Martin's there for the Bulldogs, and Dotson came over to kick that ball out of bounds. Going to force a deep Charger throw-in.
Bad touch there off for a goal kick.
Mayo will get the goal kick for the Chargers.
Well, it's usually the Cats that have 9 lives. Right now it's the Bulldogs really, really holding on tight here to try to keep this thing a 0-0 game going into halftime. They need something. But this is, goal kicks are going to get tight. People are going to start slipping. A lot of these balls are going down the middle. You got to get the ball to the outside.
I mean, Fazaro, it just seems like he's right there every single time. Then you have Ethan McCann in the back here. Rice is going to work it back to Prescott this time. Looks like they're going to switch the field. Get it over to Reed McCann as we're just under 5 minutes left to go in the first half.
Another bad play there. Going to lead.
And Mayo's able to go out to get it.
Good communication between the sweeper back and his goalie there. And he's really trying to fire his guys up to get something going in this last 4.5 minutes.
I want to shout out our camera operator down there. She's doing a great job for us. Lisa Ornberg. Andrew Fiore did the camera for us the first game. But, Lisa, we really appreciate you being over there. Are you awake over there, Lisa?
I'm here.
Hey, she's here. All right, we got a response.
Don't let the camera fool you. It is not a warm, sunny night. No. It is misty. It is cold. It is raw. It is October in New England. This is, some of the best weather you want these games played in. It gives it another element to the field.
Well, yeah, I mean, at least I've been out here for a lot of the Chargers games, their home games at least, and some of the other games throughout the state. Weather's been pretty good overall.
Oh, we got spoiled. We got spoiled this year. We got absolutely spoiled. I usually spend most of October in gloves and winter hats, and I think I took the gloves out for one game this year. For the most part,
looks like Pizarro's holding them. Yeah. That's why basketball season's the nice one. I can always be in the gym.
Basketball is great. It's in the gym, but those bus rides become a lot tougher.
Brutal.
To get out of that gym and onto that bus at 9 o'clock at night and have
especially going here in our first 2 games. We got to go to Bayview on a Thursday, and then Friday night we go to Barrington.
Okay,
to start the season.
I don't know if you can get a longer ride in the state of Barrington. It'll be tough. Maybe Portsmouth is probably the only other one, but it's tough. That's a long bus ride home. And hopefully you have a good bus driver that goes and turns that bus on for you before you get out there.
Absolutely.
That makes the world of difference.
The ball will roll down the sideline. Bulldogs will get a throw in. Looks like Orlando's going to take this one.
I love seeing Aruna on the sideline for Chariho as an assistant coach after watching him up here in the booth and really at the beginning of what you guys were doing. Again, how awesome it is for these local teams to have you guys to kind of put on display everything that these kids do that work so hard.
Well, I think that's the best part about it, right, is just being able to showcase what high school athletes are all about. You know, the amount of practice time that they put in, the amount of scouting, paying attention to scouting reports, that the players have to do, that the coaches write up. And Jacob done a great job for us over here on 321 Media. He'll be doing basketball in the winter for us. He'll switch with me, and I'll go to the sideline. He'll come to the broadcast booth.
I love that. I wish some of this was around when I played. Even guys, I'm not putting any plugs out there, but even what Pooch's Poorhouse has done, what Poochie's done down there, we're getting these local teams involved, doing the dinners and all that stuff.
Awesome what they're doing.
Games on. It's just the coolest thing in the world. These kids get a feeling of kind of being like a local celebrity, and like that's what high school sports should all be about.
Absolutely, right? And they can go back and they can watch this game.
It's unbelievable. Yep.
Forever. It's always going to be on them for them. Maybe when they have kids one day, they can say, "Hey, look that was your dad back in high school, right?"
So great. I mean, the 2023 state championship game, I must have watched that thing 30 times, and how much cooler it is to watch it with a commentator. It just gives it that like big game feel, right? Everybody's kind of nowadays has like the NFHS system, and you watch it, nobody's talking on it. But having commentators on a game, it just gives it like a big game feel, and that's so cool for these guys. So I appreciate the opportunity to come out here and do it.
No, we appreciate you, Coach. You're giving us some hardcore soccer knowledge that, this basketball coach can't give us. So you're a natural.
You've done a tremendous job, man. You don't sell yourself short. It's been tremendous listening to you. Like I said, the 2 victories Westerly happened to have. I don't get a lot of off time, but sitting at home on a Saturday night, when I do have an off night, and my wife is like, "What are you watching now?" I'm like, "I'm watching Westerly Chariho." I'm like, because it's Westerly Chariho. You got to watch it, So it's fun to watch.
As we are under 2 minutes, don't know the official time, but we're getting close to the end of the first half. Still scoreless.
I think this is a big win for Westerly. If they can get to this half 0-0. I think Coach Leslie might feel very, very fortunate to get out of this, not a tie.
I'd say so. I mean,
Wesley's starting to move the ball down a little bit. Not great.
A little confusion on whose ball it is right now.
Yep.
Orlando tries to get it to Shackner, and Pizarro will just send it down the other way.
Yeah.
The wind giving chase for the Chargers. Marchione is able to send it back where it came from.
Chariho does such a good job at the second ball. So Wesley clears the first one, and it always happens to be Chariho. You said it earlier, Pizarro is always in the right spot at the right time. The ball just seems to have a magnet to him. A little tough in the corner here. I'm telling you right now, Leslie's like, how long is this 2 minutes?
This 2 minutes seems like 15, right?
It's unbelievable. Just outside the
ball finds Pizarro.
Get a step on him. Great step there.
That's Colt able to take it away. It looks like it went off the foot of Rice out of bounds. It's going to be a white throw-in. And that is going to be the half here at the Carl Lumbum Athletic Complex.
Confusion with the referees there as well. So, like I said, I think Ange is very happy to be 0-0 at the half. Brian Williams got to be super happy with the play, but a little disappointed in the first 40-minute result being tied at 0.
Division II playoff matchup. Number 11 Bulldogs taking on the number 6 Chargers. Division II tournament. Winner go home. Doesn't get better than this. We'll be right back with the halftime report right after these messages.
Is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into RIIL's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At RIIL's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit RIIL's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly, or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, RIIL's Barber Shop.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
Hi, I'm AJ Trott.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Welcome back, everybody. We are live here at Chariho High School at the Carl Lumbum Athletic Complex, and we have the halftime report. Our halftime report is presented by two of our sponsors. First, want to make sure we shout out our friends over at Dime Bank, located conveniently in the heart of Westerly at 131 Franklin Street. Visit Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. We also want to shout out Dunn's Corners Market for sponsoring the halftime report here at Chariho High School. Head on down there this week. Plenty of selection of fresh food, desserts. Always have great grinders there. All you can imagine over at Dunn's Corners Market. And very defensive first half for the Bulldogs here tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, defense was definitely on display for the Bulldogs. I think they stood their ground for the most part. Gave up a couple shots. Keeper was ready, up for the task each step of the way. Not a lot of energy coming out of the halftime speech there for Wesley. So, hopefully they find it. Sometimes you just got to internalize it. No, not everybody's a big hoorah guy. Still waiting for Chariho to come back out. Brian must have been delivering a pretty big message in there. Looks like they're coming out now. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think, again...
Do you think the cold has anything to do with it as far as, like, the energy trying to get the guys going? I know that's not an excuse, but it hasn't been this cold for any of their games so far this season. It definitely plays it. I think the biggest thing you'll see with the cold is guys coming off the bench, right? So if guys are coming off the bench, they're in there, they have all their sweats on and stuff like that. Then they get put in the game. It might take them 3-4 minutes to get warmed up. I saw a lot of guys out there warming up with their sweats on, which is a no-no up in North Smithfield, right? Or our guys, if you're starting in the game, you warm up. You're playing. Get used to the elements. But again, I think, Chariho didn't seem to be slowed down by it. They just failed to do one thing, which was put the ball in the net. Unfortunately, in soccer, in order to advance, it's what you got to do. So they're close. I think, the message for Brian really had to be pretty simple at halftime is, hey, just keep doing what we're doing and stay patient, and eventually one of these will go in. Wesley's got to change something. They have to stop just clearing the ball out. They have to try to possess a little bit and move the ball over midfield and try to turn this into more of a 50-50
safety battle because they can't live with the ball in their end of the field for that long again, or things could get out of hand for them.
Well, it's only a matter of time, right? It only takes one ball to go awry, right? Especially on a night where this grass is as slick as it is. We've been talking about it in the first half. It only takes one. And this is Division II playoff soccer. Winner plays Coventry on Saturday, the 3 seed at 2 o'clock. Chariho, number 6 in this tournament. Westerly, number 11. It is winner go home here tonight on 321 Media. And Dotson's going to get ready to start the second half for us.
Yeah. Even plays like that, like the little things like that, that ball is skipping. The first play of the half is a skipping ball, and it leads to a bad pass inside of bounds, and now Chariho has possession. Yep. They're already on the go. So it's a little thing. It's attention to detail. Let's see if Wesley can clean it up a little bit here. As what Chariho didn't do a lot of in the first half, and was happy to see it, they didn't play a lot of that kick and run style where I think they kind of get themselves into some holes sometimes where they play a lot of kick and run, and they just kind of lose possession. I thought they did a great job possessing the ball, working the ball up the field. So hopefully we see more of that in the second half from them.
We mentioned earlier big wins for the Chargers. You mentioned that one against Stonington. They also picked up a huge one here against Situate. Earlier on in the year.
Again, fortunate to have you guys down here. Was able to watch that. I think it was a 3-0 win.
Yes.
And was really what I thought was kind of going to be a season changer for Chariho in terms of where they needed to be, and it really did kind of propel them to win those games. I think that was the first of their 5 out of 7 wins that they had. Like I said, their only 2 blemishes at the end of the season were to Westerly. So when it's Westerly and it's Chariho, schedules,
Bennett lets one go. That one's well wide of the net.
Records mean absolutely nothing between these 2 teams. It's all heart and effort and determination.
That's it.
And, records definitely go out the window when these 2 teams are playing.
It looks like, if my eyes serve me right, it looks like a player we haven't seen in a long time for the Chargers, Brandon Resinger, getting ready to come into this game. Usually starts on defense for the Chargers, has been out for a lot of the second part of the season. Looks like he's going to be ready to check in here pretty soon.
Brian Williams might have a little wild card.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. Playoffs, coaches do some crazy things, especially when you played a team twice. You know what to expect from a team, and if you have a wild card, maybe you put a guy that's played defense all year, hasn't played, pull him up at striker, try to create some chaos. When we played Coventry in the championship game 2 years ago, they had an unbelievable center mid, and we game planned all around him, and he comes out in the first 15 minutes and he's playing outside mid, and we had nothing to do. We had no idea what he was doing. And he ended up scoring the first goal on us, or leading to the first goal, and we were very confused for a while.
I'm sure. Marchione, big kick, sends it out of bounds.
And his leg's got to be sore after this game.
It's got to be, right?
He is clearing these balls.
And Rice over on the far sideline over there tried to quickly throw it in a lot closer than where he should have been. Always a tactic, you try, right?
I love it. I love it. And some refs won't do anything about it. Other refs, they have the
That's why you got to try it, right?
The exact marker, they have it go on out of bounds.
Well, Bennett gets it over to Reed McCann. Now ball swings over to Kuna. The Chargers can do. We have not seen the Chargers do a lot of this.
This is the recipe for success for the Chargers. When they play like this, they're a different team. When they get into shoving the ball down the middle of the field and just playing kick and run, things just aren't good. But they are playing some very nice passes. They're controlling the ball.
And they're just up. Every time Wesley seems like they're trying to clear it, they are right there.
And the problem is Chariho's defense is starting to not fear Wesley's offense at all. So you can see their whole back line is they're a good 5-10 yards over midfield, knowing that, hey, Wesley's just going to boot the ball down. So when you're not respecting the other team's offense and your outside backs start really creeping up there, you're going to have a big numbers advantage. And there goes Chariho doing exactly what I said they had him doing, and it's cleared up by Westerly.
Got a message from Dave, our producer at halftime as well, Dave DeAngelis. He said you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
He didn't say anything about me.
I might be biased. I grew up with Dave. He's a great person.
Yeah, that's what he said. You guys go way back.
Yeah, his family is one of a kind. the DeAngelises all have a special place in my heart. So, I was going to reach out to Dave first, but I know Ben is kind of the face of the sports side of the house, so I wanted to pay respect for Ben when I reached out to him and try to get a spot in the booth tonight.
Well, we appreciate you coming down.
I love Ben didn't hesitate. He didn't ask for any of my credentials, didn't even ask if I had done it before. He said, yeah, you're in. So I appreciate the confidence, and this is awesome. I'm having an unbelievable time tonight, watching some great soccer. Getting to come in the booth and be part of the broadcast that I've listened to so many times in the last couple of years. So
we appreciate your support.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
Our channel as well.
It is awesome. My brother lives down in Myrtle Beach, and anytime he's like, "Hey, where can I watch a game?" I was like, "Well, if we're playing Westerly or Chariho, here's the clip." So.
The ball finds Kuna of the Chargers. See, looking for a cross, but Roy was right there. Got right in front of that one.
He's got to be a little careful. Stab gave up some space there. Just got to stay patient. Keep these guys contained. Get these balls out of the box because you don't want the referee to have to make a call on what.
Oregon lets one go, and that one's looks like it's going to stay in with the long grass. Maybe roll out. Just rolls out.
Yeah, you get these slippery games and the contact in the box. Guy goes down. You don't want the ref to blow the whistle. Looks like we might have an injury here. We need somebody
looks like
to
that's Roy. He's a little shaken up.
What's that, Alan? I got it.
Yeah, going back to your point of, I love how.
Dad, stop it.
And Roy's going to walk off the field here. Now, Caleb Martin will check in for him. Should be okay. He's walking it off. I'm sure he'll be back into this game. Yeah, I got a text right before the girls' soccer game, our first game of the doubleheader, asking if we were going to be on because someone in Maine was going to watch. I was like,
that's awesome.
See, that's the best part about it. Is you can be anywhere, and you can turn on your TV, and you can watch these great high school athletes.
It's so awesome. And then I love just reading the comments. Sometimes you go, oh, I graduated from in 2000. I love being able to watch it. So you guys have provided such a great service. I love the sports talks now in the morning. And then you guys are getting these high school coaches involved more. Right? I see interviews with them. I've seen Ange on a bunch of times.
Ange, he's great on the mic.
Oh, yeah. Ange loves to talk, and this is his world. But he's great at it, and it's just cool because it just gives a whole other element to all the teams, not just football.
Definitely.
Right? And we know football has been dominant in Westerly for a long time, but these other kids, they've earned the right to have their name on the marquee and do all that stuff. So you guys give them that platform to do so.
Ball's worked up ahead. Falcone looks like he's going to smartly just kick that one out of bounds, allow his defense to try to reset here.
This back line looks gassed right now.
Yeah, again, no one's even checking Reed McCann out here right now.
That's the one thing you don't want to do if you're Chariho. Get that ball out of the air down the middle.
McCormick had a few good opportunities in the first half. Ball gets kicked out of there. Bennett, left-footed strike. Ooh, just wide of the goal. And he's another player for the Chargers. Big, strong, physical player. And strikes the ball really hard. And we've seen a few shots from him taken from about the 20, 25-yard line this year that were lasers right for a goal.
If I'm Brian Williams, I have a whiteboard out right now, and I'm circling that part of the field and saying, guys, this is where we're going to score our goals. Attack here, here, because that's what's open right now. Stop with the long balls, work that ball in the middle right there. Good things are going to happen. That shot was just wide. It's only a matter of time before one goes in.
Falcone steps up for the Bulldogs right there. The Chargers able to just keep it on that side.
They're just out working, out hustling Wesley to every ball right now. Wesley's definitely playing on their heels.
This is Sheldon trying to hold off Fauber. Now gets it to Kramer. The cross. And Marchione able to get that ball out of there.
I tell you what.
Holding on tight right now if you're the Bulldogs.
If Wesley comes out of this thing with a win, you get that kid in a nice bath right after this game and make sure he's ready to go for Saturday because Marchione's holding this team together.
Fight for the ball. Rice and Orlando battling for it. And I think we said in the first half, we're going to start hearing more from that other side of the field. We're already starting to hear it.
Yeah, you know.
That's what makes this matchup so great. Everyone's so invested.
Yeah,
you know?
It's great. Each team will play victim.
Yes.
Each team will play victim, say the other team was the aggressor. You know, I grew up a Westerly guy, so we obviously said Chariho was always the bullies. And Chariho would say, no, it's Wesley's always the bully. So it's just funny being neutral on it now. You know, I think Chariho is just, every time Wesley touches the ball, they're on it.
Pizarro's free kick into the box. It was blocked, and Dotson was able to send it the other way.
There is just nobody here.
Now see again, it allows Prescott to be able to move up.
Yep, he goes, but he's making the
you know, slipped right there, but he got it right back to his teammate McCormick.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're playing with 4 more men on the field than Westerly is right now.
That's Gincarelli.
It's
kicking it to space.
It's always tough for a turf team to come play on grass. You would hope that, you know, Ange had his guys maybe practicing on grass leading up to this game to get some feelings on it, but a lot of misplayed balls right now that at the end of the day, you know, I'm sure some Westerly guys are going to say, well, bad bounces here, bad bounces there, but you got to have your guys prepared to play, and you got to be able to clear these balls up.
That's McCormick being guarded closely by Orlando and Dotson. Still has it. Just moves along the sideline over there.
You're going to see a lot of unmarked green players in the middle of the field here.
Pizarro.
Disaster for Westerly, but another great defensive.
But then again, right there, the Chargers, and Gincarelli got in front of that shot. Dorgan tried to let one go from the 30-yard line.
You see a bunch of Westerly players back here. They're marking space. They're not marking any players.
Kramer couldn't control that one. The Bulldogs will get a throw in.
Yeah.
So let's see if the Bulldogs can try to advance the ball up the field a little bit here. Maybe Shackner's the guy to do it.
Switch fields. Too much dribbling on this field right now.
Kramer running after it, working against Falcone. The cross, Marchione right there again for the Bulldogs.
He's unbelievable right now. What a game he's playing.
Just his anticipation is unbelievable back there.
To have the amount of plays he's had to make and hasn't missed one is remarkable right now, especially in the conditions in this pressure of an environment. He hasn't had one misstep back there. He's been remarkable.
This is McCormick. Again, working on Orlando. Into Pizarro, now to Bennett.
They got to press now. They got to press now. Now get that back line up. That's how you turn this field around. Don't
Martin
chase
trying
the
to
ball.
go get it. Bennett taps it back to Kuna. That's Coate coming over for the Bulldogs, and Jacobson able to send it the other way. Coate using his speed to try to go get it. And Ethan McCann will kick that ball out of bounds.
Oh, it was good pressure finally from Wesley on a Chariho player. Even if you don't get to the ball, you force a bad kick, and now you got possession back. That's what Chariho has been forcing Wesley to do, is just making them play into some uncharacteristic plays, right? Charging the ball, even if they're not getting there, they're clearing the ball or making them have bad plays.
Noah Roy does come back into the game for the Bulldogs to replace Caleb Martin. And that wild card we were talking about did end up checking in. Brandon Resinger is now on the attack for the Chargers, a player who we haven't seen due to sickness, I believe, for a good amount of the second half of the season. Primarily a defender for the Chargers. So he's up on the attack right now. Let's see if he can provide the Chargers with a spark.
Yeah, I'm sure Brian Williams was saying.
The ball in. Kramer, the shot, the goal! Chargers take the lead in this Division II playoff matchup, 1-0.
It was only a matter of time, Dan. The pressure just kept building. All we needed to see was the Chargers to put one on target, and they finally did. Wesley's definitely got to put it into gear now, because things could open up drastically if they don't have some type of counterpunch.
Kramer with the goal, an unbelievable ball up ahead, and the Chargers take a 1-0 lead in this Division II playoff matchup. If you're the Chargers here, you cannot let up.
No, and I don't think they will. I mean, nothing I've seen so far indicates that they're in a position to let up. It's just these next 5 minutes are critical for Wesley to not give up another one.
Yes.
And to keep this thing tight, because you go down 2 goals, I haven't seen anything that would say that Wesley can mount that offense to come back.
Ball go out of bounds. Wesley will get the throw in. And that fired up this crowd here at Chariho.
Crowd's fired up, bench is fired up. I hear some coaches fired up. That was a momentum shift that Chariho was looking for now.
Now Reed McCann sends it down the other way. Resinger trying to run after it for the Chargers, or went off Orlando's foot out of bounds, so the Chargers will get a nice throwing opportunity. Again, Dorgan just going unchecked out there right now. Easily just able to get the ball in. A ball to go to Kramer, who just scored. And he's got some moves, got some speed. It looks like Falcone.
We're going to get a card. We're going to get a card here. I'll be shocked if Chris doesn't go to his wallet. Yeah, he's going to go to the wallet here. This was the same side that was getting beat in that first half. I thought Coach Lovey might make a change here. Credit to Chariho. Looks like they had a plan coming in to really come at this sideline, and they're doing a great job with it. A little frustration foul led to the yellow card there. Fun Rhode Island rules. You get a card, you got to come out of the game.
Yep. I know a lot of times in these games I've seen a player get a card and them just stand there.
Yeah, usually what happens. Just be right to soccer play. Yeah, you're just going right back in.
Yeah, you're going right back in. This will be Fazaro. Short free kick opportunity. Got a little bit of an angle here, but pretty good angle. Opportunity to score a goal.
Should probably come off his line just a little bit there. He's really on that end line.
He's going to kick it back to his teammate Reed McCann. Now the Chargers are just going to work it back.
Yeah, they must have seen something there, but I don't think that's probably how
Chariho goal scored by number 3, Mitchell Creamer. Correction, 13, Mitchell Creamer.
Athletic director Justin Cahoon there with a little error, and everybody let him hear it.
Shout out Justin. Shout out Justin.
He's one of the best.
He's the man.
He's one of the best.
Kramer trying to make a move on Martin. Martin's able to take it away. Now the Chargers just retaining the possession here.
Yeah.
Marchione, nice header.
Kramer has dominated his side of the field all night.
Yeah, he's been winning that matchup every single time.
It's only a matter of time. If one guy was going to score a goal, he'd probably be the one to deserve to do it the most for the way he's played in this opening. Now we're almost at 60 minutes here, but he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, we're just under 25 minutes left to go in the second half. Again, winner of this game moves on to Saturday, take on Coventry on the road at 2 p.m. in the Division II quarterfinal matchup. Faubert's able to get that ball out of there. Bounces right back to Dorgan. Now Jacobson. They're trying to work it up.
It looks like the Wesley coaches are a little flabbergasted on what's going on out there. I don't hear much adjustment. At some point in time, they got to get a little bit more offensive. It might be too late.
Oh, that was a pretty good cross there, just no one was there.
Yeah, we talked earlier about Chariho not always attacking in layers. The goal they scored was because they had some great layers to it, great ball over the top, and a great finish. On that one, you would have loved to see Chariho have a guy making a back post run there. Probably could have hit right off his chest and into the net.
Isn't that maybe one of the defenders? I saw Kramer going, kind of more towards the goal. Is that a case where maybe one of those defenders try to slide in or midfielders to try to get an opportunity right there?
Yeah, you really want your outside midfielder to kind of be in that guy in the back post. We preach up north is if you do nothing else in your high school career as an outside midfielder, but make a back post run, you'll probably score 20 goals.
Yep.
How many shots do you see announcing games that just miss the back post and just don't have a guy there?
Absolutely. See it all the time. Yeah. It does. Happens. That ball goes out of bounds. We got a player down. That's Faubert over there. Looks like he's going to get up and be okay. Owen Faubert, a junior for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looked like he got knocked in the chest. They were looking for a call from the referees that didn't come. Wesley's got to find a way to keep the ball down on this side of the field.
Now Falcone will come down to throw it in for the Bulldogs.
And there's nobody there. I'd love to hear someone on this Westerly field right now try to get these guys going a little bit. Somebody needs to pick them up. They need a leader out there. Somebody needs to come and get these guys fired up. It looks like they've been shell-shocked here after that goal. You need somebody to start firing these guys up. Who's it going to be?
When Marchione has made great plays on the defensive side, but misposition, most likely he's not going to be able to score the goals for you here tonight. So who else is it going to be for the Bulldogs to step up? We got a call. It's going to go against the Chargers, and the Bulldogs will get a free kick.
I love that. Got Marchione getting up there in the mix on this one.
Yes, I like that too.
If the score stays this way at some point in time with his leg, you might need to start moving him up in the field full time, not just on these free kicks.
This will be Shackner to take it for Westerly. Again, it only takes one opportunity to tie this game, and that's going to go wide of the goal. And Prescott will take the goal kick.
Yeah, they don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be highlight reel. They just got to go in the back of the net. I think Wesley will take one any way they can right now. While Chariho desperately tries to find a 2-goal cushion here to really settle the nerves of a 1-0 game. Wesley with some good possession. Finally, Shackner. Chariho has done a great job of shutting Shackner down. You know, with his 10 goals on the season, I don't even think he's really had any good opportunities tonight. So credit to Brian Williams and his Charger defense there for game planning. He's had a body on him all night.
Well, and it's just Wesley hasn't had the ball much.
That is true as well. It's hard to score if you don't have the ball.
That's got to be part of the game plan, right? Trying to keep the ball away from those talented players on the other side to keep it on your side as much as you can. That's his Falcone to throw it in. Roy tipped it up ahead to Shackner, and nice play. That was Reed McCann able to make the slide tackle, go out of bounds.
Chariho's had a lot of success since coming back down to Division II years ago. They obviously won the back-to-back state championship games. Unfortunately, one of them was against me. With about 8 minutes left in the game, they found the equalizer on that back post run that I was speaking about and beat us in overtime. And then we're able to follow it up the next year. Now, a lot of us, in Division II at that time would have loved to see them go back up and try their skill set in Division I, but they were lucky to stay down and got to see Cody Poplowski have the senior year that he really wanted.
And we're going to get a Bulldog corner.
Another corner kick here. I tell you what, for being down 1-0 with 20 minutes left, not a lot of urgency out of these Bulldogs. I'd be trying to get as many opportunities as possible.
Especially considering you haven't had many shots on goal at all game, right? You'd want to try to get a few on there as quickly as you can. Roy's ball.
Nice kick.
Marchione headed it.
One more chance.
In the area, and Prescott goes up to get it and goal. Nice play from the goalkeeper, Prescott. The weather is getting cooler. Keep your house the perfect temperature inside all year long with honeycomb shades and more. Call today at 401-345-6432. Thank you to Coastline Window Treatments for sponsoring with 321 Media. We got a call going against the Chargers. I think they got Bennett on that one.
Yeah, this ref Chris is, like I said, he's a funny guy. He'll talk with you. He'll talk with the kids. He's a good guy. He's very respectful to the game.
But I think that's all you want as a coach, too, right? You want that communication.
You just want consistency.
That's it.
If they miss calls, just miss them both ways. If they make calls, make them both ways.
Absolutely.
Good kick to the backside there. Chariho on point again with their defense.
As is Rice. Getting into McCormick, who's played a well-played game for the Chargers. Had a few opportunities in that first half. And beautiful ball up ahead to Kramer. And looked like it went off more of his shin right there than his foot, and that ball goes out of bounds.
The recipe is there. I mean, you can see exactly what Chariho is trying to do. Is they're really trying to exploit that right side for Chariho's attacking, which is the left back for Westerly. He's playing his heart out back there, but he just looks like Chariho's got his number right now. Kramer's playing a heck of a game.
The ball goes out of bounds. No touch, and the Chargers will get the throw in. Man, it's just tough with a player like Kramer over there. He's just relentless. Always going to be running, and not just running. Like he has always one of the fastest players out on the field as well. And he's relentless despite his size.
Yeah, he does not stop moving.
Now that's Rice working against Cope. Dorgan looked like he was looking for Kramer.
Yeah, it looks like they moved Kramer to the other side of the field when Poplowski came in.
That ball will go off of Resinger, so Westerly will get a throw in.
It's not often you see Coach Brian Williams smiling in the middle of the game. No. I think he knows how important that goal was that they scored. Obviously 2 games against Wesley this year, not a goal to show for it. So him getting that one and being the one that put them up 1-0, a lot of smiles over there from him.
I'm sure that one feels good for him too. You know?
It's gotta. Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of, I know I was on him today trying to get the game plan and, hey, what are you guys going to do? But he was, he's very confident and just said, hey, we have a plan. We got to go out and execute. And, at this level, you have to, because it's not as easy as it seems.
Roy looked like he almost had an opportunity to step to it. Now Falcon of the Bulldogs, Falcone, I should say, is able to get it up to Shackner. Yeah. Oh, Poplowski, nice touch to Pizarro. Tried to keep it in bounds. It rolls out of bounds.
And sometimes when you have these young players playing for the first time with a lot of these guys, they're not expecting some of those passes. So it's a beautiful pass, but it looked like he's caught his teammate off guard a little bit. They weren't expecting such a nice pass, and that could be frustrating at times. But, it looks like he keeps his head very well, and he goes. We'd love to see if switch fields here. It's open.
That's Jacobson. Reed McCann steps right in front of it.
We call that good idea, poor execution. But he saw it, just couldn't get the pass there. So starting to move the ball up the field a little bit. They got just under 16 minutes to go. Hopefully they can find the equalizer.
Ball bounces towards the middle. Reed McCann is able to work it up ahead. Dotson, I've liked him the first 2 games that I watched between these 2 teams as well. He scored the lone goal in the last matchup on senior night on a rocket of a shot. It was one of those balls that kind of took one of those turns up at the end. And
what a strike.
It was a tough shot for Prescott to save.
I thought the keeper got a late read on it, but he reacted well to it and got to where he needed to be. They just carried enough power to glance off his hands and get to the back of the net. And again, I think that allowed Wesley to play their game of just kind of sitting back there and let's see if he can find us now.
Now they got to try to obviously go a little bit more on the attack here. Try to get outside of themselves a little bit more than they normally would.
It looks like Shackner's getting a little bit frustrated without getting the opportunities that he's probably used to having. These guys got to find it,
That ball will go out of bounds. Bulldogs will throw it in. That'll be Orlando on the far sideline.
If you're a senior on Westerly, you got under 15 minutes in your high school career. If you don't go out there and find this equalizer, there's no time for walking around. There's no time for moping. You got to give it all out right now.
That's Bennett working against the Bulldogs and works it back to Reed McCann and Chargers taking their time a little bit more now. Rightfully so with the 1-0 lead. Faubert heads it right to the middle. It goes to Shackner. Bennett's all over him. They've done a good job on Shackner all game.
Every time he touches the ball, he's got 2 guys on him. And this counter attack. Here he goes.
Dorgan, again. Beautiful ball up ahead to Poplowski. Let's see if he can get one.
Oh, good save.
Just off. Oh, it's still in. Kramer, can he do it again?
Oh.
It got deflected, and it's going to be a corner kick. Beautiful pass up ahead. That was Sean Dorgan leading Casey Poplowski. And it was a good save by Mayo in goal.
Yeah, Mayo made a great save. It looked like it went out of bounds. Unfortunately, it looked like the official on that side of the field was out of position on it. It looked like it hit the tire on the side of the net.
That's what I was going to say. It looked like it was well out of bounds. That's why I was surprised when Poplaski went to go play it again.
Yeah, it looked like everybody stopped for a split second. But then there was, the thing that is crazy to me is there was a guy on Chariho sitting inside the net. Should have been offsides, but they let the play go on, and we get a corner kick out of it here.
See what McCormick and the Chargers can do.
It's a dangerous ball.
Oh! Just missed it right there.
Looks like he almost headed it out of the net. Looked like that thing was in.
Bennett came flying in to try to get that header and just missed.
That was a beautiful play. Again, that ball is crossing inside the 6. You'd like to see your keeper go out and take care of that ball before it even gets to somebody's head.
Roy heads it for the Bulldogs.
But again, you just don't see the urgency out of Wesley right now. It's a lot of walking around.
I know. Right now, you're down 1-0. Your season's on the line. It's win or go home. You gotta try to be flying around out there. Not only for yourselves, right? You want to keep the season going to keep playing soccer. More importantly, for your teammates and your coaches.
Good play.
Could that be the one strike? And Martin, see what they're gonna call here.
We're going to get a corner.
Wow, we're going to get a corner. So on that shot, Martin must have hit it off. I believe Bryce was in the area.
They're going to let the official 50 yards away from the play make the call on whether or not it was a corner kick or not. But, man, you would have loved to see Wesley take one more touch on that ball and get a good strike on net. But, I think he probably panicked just a little bit, but got a good shot off, and he got a corner kick out of it.
Here it comes. Prescott able to go out and get it.
Let's see the difference in Chariho's corner kick and Wesley's. Chariho's got 5 guys around the keeper making his life tough. On that corner kick there, nobody in front of the keeper. A goalie's dream right there is to play that cross without any interference.
Is that what you try to do over at North Smithfield on your corner kicks? Yeah, do you have certain tactics against certain teams, or is it most of the time you want to try to get as many people in the box as you can?
We change season to season depending on our resources.
Too. Yes, of
we're not a very big team. We don't have a lot of size, so we run one play a lot called triangle. We pretty much just flood the box with guys, and we have one of our best players kind of just comes in on the back end and tries to clean something up. And it doesn't work often, but it creates chaos. And on our senior night against Cranston West in a must-win game, we actually finally got one to pay off.
That's awesome.
So it was good to see. But we're not a big team. We're not winning a lot of headers, especially against teams like Moses Brown and North Kingstown and Barrington. So they almost become a 50-50 ball for us.
Ethan McCann heads that one.
Marchione again, just
Gingarelli trying to clear it, but Blasky was right there for the Chargers. Touched beautifully, tried to get back to it, but Falcone of the Bulldogs goes to get it. Now tries to get it up ahead to Shackner. Dotson tried to settle it, but instead it went right to Kramer. Now Falcone. Again, it's just a lot of kicking back and forth.
Yeah, Wesley right now. Really got to find a way to possess this soccer ball.
Understand you might want to try the quick strike there, but also want to try to possess the ball a little bit more. That ball will go out of bounds off of Orlando. Chargers will get the throw in.
Wesley has got to make sure when Marchione is going out to the sidelines to provide support for his outside backs that somebody's dropping back middle for him.
Resinger will come out. Great minutes from Brandon Resinger.
You can see Marchione now reaching over, looking over the coach, largely saying, "Hey, push me up. It's time to go." That's my goal. You get under the 10-minute mark. That's where you got to go find your equalizer.
We got a push against Jacobson. Dorgan was on the ground, and we're going to get a free kick.
Wesley's getting a little restless, getting a little aggressive and reckless with some of these fouls. All right.
This will be McCormick
telling his guys to calm down. Let's not give up a 2-goal deficit here on a dumb foul. At some point in time, Wesley's got to push for this equalizer. They're playing 5 defensemen down the goal with under 10 to go. We got to do something better. We got to change the momentum here. Great ball.
Good strike into the box.
Oh, great
off
save.
of base of Mayo, but he was able to retain it right there. Good job by Mayo in goal. That one took a little bit of a turn on him at the end.
That first save is great. Being able to cover up is remarkable under these conditions. If that ball bounces out a little bit.
I'd like to shout out Evering Electric, a family-owned and operated electrical contracting company based in Pawcatuck, Connecticut. They take pride in working on large and small residential and commercial projects. Let Evering Electric help you tackle your project. Call 860-495-5169. Again, make sure you go check out Evering Electric. Thank you for being sponsors with us here on 321 Media. Marchione right there once again. That was a good ball from McCormick.
Great
Looked like it was heading right for Kramer.
You just can't put it in his vicinity right now. He is all over everything. The way he's played, I wouldn't be shocked if he moved up and got that equalizer because he's been phenomenal back there for the Bulldogs. Hey, he's the reason why this isn't a 3 or 4 goal game right now.
Which very easily could be. Kuna will go down to throw the ball in for the Chargers. Dotson, Roy's trying to control it for the Bulldogs. Reed McCann trying to hold him off.
You see Wesley's got nobody running with him. You know that back's coming. You got to go. Yep. Everybody's got to go. You got to move up.
Roy did a good job right there, but then again, everyone's got to go. This is Dotson.
Here we go. You got some space by Jacobson. He's going to let one fly. Just never got his hips around.
I think it starts to become tough too as a player out there, right? You want to try to go make a play for your team, get the goal back out there. Try to get the ball a little bit closer to the goal though, right?
Yeah, it looked like he had some green grass in front of him. Our rule of thumb is if you got grass in front of it, take it. It would have probably been helpful if his team could have let him know he had some time.
Yep.
But he definitely rushed it, but you got to get something on net. So I don't fault him at all for that because they've been few and far between of them getting shots. So
Sheldon gets it out to Poplaski, now to Bennett.
And Chariho hasn't changed anything.
No.
Good play there.
Shackner gets it outside to Gincarelli.
Go back to the middle.
Working it back.
That's just not the matchup you want to keep going back to right there.
McCormick trying to make a move. Working against Dotson. Dotson kicks that ball out of bounds. It's going to be a Charger throw-in.
It's like Coach Luzzy's down there trying to find what they need to do to go get this equalizer. And it's got to be, you got to put Marchione up there.
I think that's got to be the answer.
You go 4-4-2, get another striker up there. I would go 4-4. I would go 4-3-3, put 2 strikers up top. And then you can maybe play some long balls. You don't need the ball in the midfield anymore. Get your midfielders out of there, get the guys high, and go try to get that goal because there's no difference in losing 3-0, 4-0, or 1-0. It's all the same loss.
No, you lose the same amount, right?
The same amount. So,
this is Sheldon.
So he's moving.
We're going to put Poplaski.
He's moving some guys. I hate giving up a corner kick there.
Yep. Went off of Dotson's foot out of bounds, and Pizarro will come back into the game. Kramer, who scored the only Charger goal, and the only goal of this game so far, is going to take a break. Pizarro will come in for the free kick corner kick as he takes his time.
That first whistle was a warning to Chariho. Hey, let's not delay the game. Second one will be a yellow card. Chris is a pretty no-nonsense ref. If he anticipates you are delaying the game, he's going to call for it. And a little push in the back or an offside there. They'll probably push in the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys try to get leverage on going up for these head balls, and they use 2 hands. Yeah.
I'd also like to mention Bob Valenti Family of Dealerships. Looking for the best deal on a great new or used car? Visit bobvalenti.com or visit any one of their local trusted dealerships in the area. Again, that's bobvalenti.com. Sheldon off his foot goes out of bounds. Should be a goal kick. Coates going to come back into the game. taking out Gincarelli.
At this point, if you're Westerly, you got to be careful with your substitutions because every sub you make is time off the clock. You got to make sure you have your guys out there that you want to have and go with it.
As we're just under 4 minutes now left to go in this game.
Well, back in the day when I first started coaching, you know, my dad was a coach at Westerly for years with Steve Sajecki and the big Ange Luzzi, the OG Ange Luzzi. And there used to be a tactic: if you were winning a game, you would make as many subs as possible because the clock would run. A couple years ago, they changed that, so under 5 minutes, if you have the lead and you make a sub, they actually stop the clock. So they were able to sniff that one out. But yeah, if I was winning the game back in the day, we were making subs every throw-in. And it was always on the guy on the far side of the field.
You have to run over there, right?
The outside mid.
Take that nice light jog. To and from the field. Yeah, Westerly running out of time here in this Division II playoff matchup. Again, winner go home. The winner is going to take on Coventry on Saturday on the road in the quarterfinals at 2 o'clock p.m.
I would really love to see Marchione get his chance to go up top, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Especially with the speed that he has, too. I know he's tall, but he's a very good athlete, and I think he could run by some of the Chargers.
Yeah, and at this point for Westerly, I mean, now this is where you want to get into long ball territory, is just load the top and go. Like
Bennett, left-footed kick.
Get these guys up the field. Get these guys up the field. Go. There's no sense in being back playing defense now. But again,
I'm sure the grass out there is very slick right now, too. You just tell from sitting up here. Marchione gets to it, trying to get it to his teammate Shackner, and Poplaski's able to work it nicely back to Kuna. Baubert's kick sails out of bounds.
You're looking for a good nope.
As we are just under 2 minutes left to go in this game. Sheldon working into the box. Marchione right there. Goes off of Sheldon.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, that's what Marchione is saying to the sideline. Hey, give me the ball. We need to go.
Yeah, just a little urgency. Just precious minutes, seconds ticking off the clock here as we try to get a goal kick in.
Yeah, I think he's got to keep moving up right here. Yeah. Keep going.
I think he's going to take it upon himself to do so. Why is he backtracking? You got to go.
It's Jacobson. And the ball outside to Martin. Working against Rice. That's Orlando.
You got to go up the
Jacobson.
Field. You got to have 10 guys up the field. You got to go.
No, we still got 4 players back for the Bulldogs. Orlando tried to come up to get it. Ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in. The crowd's starting to get electric here at Chariho.
And finally, it looks like Wesley's now pulling the guys up. You should have done it on the counterattack, have everybody up. But here we go. Your goalie's got to be at midfield at this point. Everybody's got to be up.
Yeah, it should have been the sense of urgency.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would have loved to have seen this with like 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Falcone, big throw in.
Oh, we got a chance in the box.
The kick.
Oh, we got an offside.
Offside.
Whoa.
A favorable Charger call right there.
Coach Williams had to have swallowed deep on that one because that was a lot of pressure situation there. Ball on the foot inside the box with under a minute to go. Big sigh of relief. And here comes the kick that might
I thought the whistle might blow as that kick was going in the air, but we're still playing here. McCormick's got it, and there is the final whistle. The Chargers get revenge on the Bulldogs from the regular season. 2 regular season losses. They were able to win the one here tonight in a 1-0 victory. What a great game by the Chargers here tonight.
Yeah, you want to be careful if you're Chariho, though. Don't get too over-animated with the win. It's nice to win. Nice to win a playoff game. They're always hard to get, but now you get right back to work tomorrow and preparing for a team that has a pedigree of winning playoff games at Coventry. But kudos to Brian Williams and his staff and his team. It looked like they had a plan and executed it. I think he would have been a little happier with a few more goals in the back of the net. But to Coach Leslie and the Bulldogs, great season. I think they have a very bright future. They're starting to do things the right way. So the sky's the limit for them coming up in the future as long as they stick with it. So.
Yeah, great amount of young talent on this team for the Bulldogs that got a lot of valuable playing time this year. And it was just a pleasure to watch the Bulldogs all season long. Marchione on the back line, everybody else from the Bulldogs as well. Falcone, Martin, Gincarelli had one of the best goals that I've seen so far this year. In their first game when they played here, Jacobson crossed it beautifully over to the other side to field to Gincarelli for a beautiful left-footed shot. And Chargers, Bulldogs, these matchups never disappoint, and it did not here again tonight.
No, and unfortunately, outside of 3 teams in the state, everybody will end their season on a loss in the playoffs. So, Wesley has nothing to hang their hats on. They were the underdog coming in. They stood on their heads on that back line. That back line, especially Marchione, should have nothing to be upset about. But kudos to Chariho. They played phenomenally tonight.
We have 2 post-game report sponsors for tonight. First, we have Coastal Graphics. Coastal Graphics signs, t-shirts, truck wraps, and more. Call Jeff and his team for all your printing needs at Coastal Graphics, 401-425-2312, 83 Tom Harvey Road in Westerly. We want to shout out Coastal Graphics. Then also, Chariho sponsor, Dunn's Corners Market. Head on down there this week. Great selection of fresh food, desserts, grinders, all the best over at Dunn's Corners Market. We want to thank both of our sponsors for sponsoring the post-game report. And then we're also going to get to our Ed French & Son Player of the Game, brought to you by our friends at Ed French & Son Paving, Rhode Island and Connecticut's #1 asphalt paving company. Call 401-596-8917. And I think we're going to have to let you pick, Coach. You're your special guest. What player from the Charger? Well, actually, we'll give a player of the game out for both teams.
Well,
first from the Bulldogs.
I think it's a no-brainer for each team, to be honest with you. For the Bulldog, it's Marchione. Yep. He was unbelievable tonight. I mean, he stood on his head in that back line. Really was the leader on the team, played great on that back line, and held this game together. But for the Chargers, it's got to be the goal winner, the game winner, the guy himself. He was a menace on that sideline all night. Kramer, number 13, was phenomenal. He deserved to get that goal. He deserved to be the game winner. I hope he enjoys this moment. But he deserved it. He was phenomenal out there tonight, creating chances and obviously finishing the chance that he got. So Ryan Williams, happiest guy in Charleston, Rhode Island tonight, and
we see Jacob Aruda in the huddle with them as well. Great victory for the Chargers here tonight as Country Roads queuing here at the Carl Lumbum Athletic Complex. We want to shout out Lisa Ornberg. She's still awake over there. She's doing a great job as she always does. Best camera operator out there. Also want to shout out our guys back at the studio, both Dave DeAngelis and Ben Barber. Thank you guys for all that you do to make my job as easy as possible. I want to thank you, Coach, for coming on and joining us here tonight.
Thanks is all mine. I appreciate you letting you hop on your airwaves, and to Ben and to Dave, you guys keep doing some great things, and giving all the local shouts, even the businesses, the local businesses, the athletes, everything. You guys are doing a tremendous job. I got nothing but utmost appreciation for you guys and respect. I love what you're doing, and again, I'm only a phone call away if you guys ever need any spot moments. My coaching career in North Smithfield came to an end last week. I'm stepping down so I can be with my little kids, so I'll have some more time on my hand, and good luck during the basketball season. Mike will miss you, man. You're great on it. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and we'll talk soon.
Well, thank you very much, and did not know that. I want to congratulate you on a great coaching career. I'm sure eventually once your kids maybe get a little bit older, right, you have the opportunity, maybe you do get back into coaching a little bit. But
that's the plan. Go to the U8 circle in a couple of weeks with my son, and hopefully stay with him through the high school years.
Man, what a night we had here at Chariho. Chariho girls got the win in the first matchup, and then the Chariho boys able to defeat the Westerly boys 1-0. So from Coach Korakowski, my name is Dan LaBelle. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Thank you.